day kind of beautiful, and every night has its day so magical. If there's love in this life, there's no obstacle that can't be defeated. Monday left me broken. Tuesday I was through with hoping. Wednesday my empty arms were open. Thursday waiting for love, waiting for love. Day starts, it's Friday. I'm burning like a fire gone wild on Saturday. Guess I won't be coming to church on Sunday. I'll be waiting for love, waiting for love to come around. To be one of a kind, irreplaceable. How did I get so blind and so cynical? If there's love in this life, we're unstoppable. No, we can't be defeated. Monday left me broken. Tuesday I was through with hoping. Wednesday my empty arms were open. Thursday waiting for love, waiting for love. Day stars, it's Friday. I'm burning like a fire gone wild on Saturday. Guess I won't be coming to church on Sunday. I'll be waiting for love, waiting for love to come around.
Happy Monday. Where's Baylor Man at? He usually gives me my daily and weekly countdown to exactly how many days it is before college football starts. Colby went ring shopping this weekend. I bet that was fun. Well, the question everybody needs to know is, did you get a ring? Oh, okay. I got you. You were just out there getting an idea about what you are going to get. I see. Thank you, Harold. Yeah, we'll be here when you get. Well, I'll be here when you get back. What's RE4? I feel like I should know what that is. Oh no, I haven't. Yeah, no kidding. What kind of truck was that? It must have been like a dually or something.
Mistake, you fight every word until you run. I don't think I'll have a word to say. You make me dizzy, dizzy.
Let's look at we'll look at the Final Four here in a second. You got three teams that have never been to the Final Four before: San Diego State, FAU, and of course the Hurricanes. I'm rooting for Miami just because they're the only ACC team left, and that's really the only reason. I think UConn's probably the most talented team. But let's put it this way: Miami's got the hardest game in the Final Four. I think FAU is probably like the toughest team. UConn's probably the most talented team. I mean, UConn's got to be favored to win the whole thing, right? I mean, I would think they are. They just destroyed everybody in the tournament so far. Now, that would be something if FAU and Miami both win. You have an all-Florida championship game.
To say you make me
UConn's got to be the favorite to win it all. But you know what? This has been such a crazy tournament. Just based on the way things have gone, maybe UConn's not going to win it all. I think this is the first time ever in the history of the tournament that no one seeds made it even to the Elite Eight. So there you go. This Saturday, April the 1st, the Final Four will commence in Houston, Texas. First game, the 6 o'clock game, San Diego State and Florida Atlantic. And the late game, Miami and UConn. Got 2 group of 5 teams in there. Who did San Diego State beat? Was it Alabama? I think it was. Yeah. Oh shit, what did I do? Huh? Yeah. Anyway, there you have it. Anyway, let's get the show started, shall we? What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. How's everybody doing today? Everyone have a good weekend? Good. I'm dragging today. But I'm here. That's all that matters. So an exciting weekend of college basketball. And like I had mentioned, we've got the Final Four coming up this coming Saturday, April the 1st. We got 3 teams in there that have never made it to the Final Four before, so the fans don't know how to act. But believe me, if Clemson was in the Final Four, I wouldn't know how to act either, because I don't think I've ever seen that before. But I wanted to know from you guys who you think is going to take it home and why. And why is it not UConn? I mean, that's the obvious one. But who was it? Florida Atlantic won their game, and then the coach came into their locker room. I know some of you probably saw this. The coach of the opposing team came in their locker room and basically told them that they were going to win the whole thing and nobody can beat them and they're the toughest team in college basketball, blah, 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 blah. So I don't know. I also heard Law Tide saying, was it yesterday or on the SEC show? Yeah, not the ACC show, the SEC show. I heard Law Tide saying that San Diego State was probably the toughest team in the tournament. Now, he knows more than me because I've watched maybe 2 games in the entire tournament. And him being an Alabama fan, he watched them play against San Diego State, so he knows better than me. Yeah, Wahoo Brad, the ACC had a down year. Back in the Final Four yet again. Same thing happened last time, or last year. The ACC had a down year, and of course they went far in the tournament. I don't even remember who won it last year. Alabama's pathetic. Pete, I just realized I bought my house from the Klubniks. Did Cade live next door to you? No, Cade Klubnik's from Texas. Must be, I don't know, maybe they're related to him, though. Who knows? But as far as I know, no. That'd be something, though. That would be something. Let's see who's in the chat here real quick. Then we'll do like we do every single Monday. I'll read some news. And then I'll open up the StreamYard for anyone who wants to come in and shoot the you-know-what. What's up, Kevron Harris, Bulldog JC, Vic2 Productions, Colby's in the house, Dominic the Cool Dude says, acknowledge me. Okay, well, you've just been acknowledged, Dominic the Cool Dude. Jeremy Garrettson, Wilkie Stingray is in the house, Bulldog JC. I think I already said Colby and Matt. Mike 3883, Final Four team in that.
Playoff team in that. Playoff team in that.
John Serrain, Rick Sanchez. Nate the Great. What's up, Rack Dog? JT says, man, I can't believe Miami is in the Final Four. This is a bizarro world. I called it a few weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago, back when, what was it, the round of 32, when they played Houston. I said, if Miami beats Houston, I think they have a really, really good chance of making it to the Final Four. Now, that's not because of my infinite knowledge of college basketball. It was a total guess. But it was a guess that turned out to be right. Wahoo Brad. Cousin Casey. The Nature Boy. Brad Pitt's here. Sir UGA. Says, at least I picked two teams in the Final Four. Which teams were those? I'm assuming you probably picked UConn. What, maybe was it Miami too? I don't know. Rick says he thinks that Florida Atlantic is the toughest team. Their defense is keeping them in every game. Yeah. Yeah, we already established last week that Miami is now a basketball skew. And according to Slim Shady, they might be a baseball skew too. Man, football might be on third on the list. Ain't that something? I was thinking about streaming the Miami Final Four game on Saturday night, but you know what? I mean, the amount of Miami YouTubers are out there, there's bound to be at least a couple of them that are streaming the game. I don't want to, I'm not a Miami fan, so. I don't know, you think T2Y will do it? I don't know. All right, guys, let's get to the news, shall we?
Breaking news from the PigskinPeete YouTube channel.
Yeah, Coop had some kind of emergency surgery, like whatever, it was a week or two ago. He posted about it on Twitter. And I think he might have even posted a video on YouTube about it. He didn't really say what it was for, but I know that they had to go in, like something went wrong with the first surgery, so they had to go in and do a second. But he appears to be okay. Yeah, I don't understand how he gets away with that. T2Y, whenever he streams games, he puts it on the screen. I don't know what loophole he's found, or maybe he's just not getting reported for. I really, honestly, I have no idea. He might just be doing it and let them take his stream down afterwards and just saying F it. You know what I mean? I don't know. What's up, TK? Penis enlargement surgery. Massive asteroid passes between the Earth and the Moon. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. An asteroid large enough to destroy a city has passed between the orbits of Earth and the Moon. Luckily for us, missing both. The object named 2023 DZ2 was discovered just a month ago. This is the scary part. Let's say that there was a giant asteroid that was going to hit us, and we only had 3 or 4 weeks to do something, but that's not enough time. That's not even near enough time. As predicted by scientists, it passed within 175,000 kilometers of the Earth on Saturday after flying past the Moon. It's rare for such a huge asteroid, estimated to be between 40 and 90 meters in diameter, to come so close to the planet. Is it rare? I don't think it is rare. I mean, how long throughout history have we been really monitoring the asteroids flying by the Earth? I mean, it's only been a few decades, really. I mean, astronomers describe it as a once-in-a-decade event. That's not rare. Once every 10 years is not rare at all. That seems to me like it's pretty common. According to NASA, it was an important opportunity for astronomers to increase their knowledge of asteroids in the event that the dangerous object were discovered with the potential to hit Earth. Is there a video of this? Because they're saying you could see it with the naked eye or with binoculars. I could probably find something on YouTube. Even if such an asteroid was determined to be heading our way, Earth is no longer defenseless. Last year, NASA's DART, D-A-R-T, Double Asteroid Redirection Test. You guys remember that? Remember when they flew that damn spaceship into the asteroid to try to knock it off course? That's what that was. Deliberately slammed into a pyramid-sized asteroid, Dimorphos. The DART's impact, it took Dimorphos 11 hours and 55 minutes to orbit its larger parent asteroid, Didymos. Here's a little diagram here. Despite being close in the space world, asteroid was over 100,000 miles away. That's not very far. That's not very far at all. So I guess here's a picture of it from USA Today. All right. You get the idea. You get the idea. I've been wondering this since this news story came out. Everybody knows about the Alec Baldwin thing, where he accidentally killed somebody on the movie set of this movie Rust because there was a live round in the gun and not a blank. Everyone's blaming him. I never really understood this story. I never understood, and forget what you think about Alec Baldwin as a person. A lot of people don't like him. He's all political and shit too, and like the rest of Hollywood. But how is this his fault again? I really want to know. Am I missing something to this story? Is he the one responsible for loading the fucking gun on the movie? I just don't get why it's his fault. Cinematographer Helena Hutchins was killed on the New Mexico set of Western movie Rust in 2021 after live ammunition was mixed in with dummy rounds. Now, whose fault was that? You know, didn't the same thing happen to Jet Li? Am I remembering that right? Didn't he get shot? Hey, look who's here. Lots of live ammo found on the set. Okay. Again, whose fault is that? All right, here's some details on what we know and what we don't know. Who loaded the weapon that shot the fatal round? That's the question. On October 21st, 2021, armorer Hannah Gutierrez Reed, working as chief weapons handler on her second film, loaded a 5-round into a long Colt 45 revolver Baldwin was rehearsing with, believing it to be a dummy round. So she's the one that loaded the live rounds into the gun. Five other live rounds were later found on the set by investigators. First Assistant Director Dave Hall said he checked the revolver with Gutierrez Reed before it was handed to Baldwin. The actor fired the bullet at Hutchins, directed him to point the weapon towards the camera. Gutierrez was awaiting trial on criminal involuntary manslaughter charges. Her lawyer said she will plead not guilty. All right, so she's getting brought up on involuntary manslaughter charges. Which, if I had to guess, well, she's going to plead not guilty. But even if she was found guilty somehow, I would imagine that she's not going to get a very heavy sentence. I don't know what the maximum sentence for involuntary manslaughter is, but it's probably going to end up in a very, very short jail time, or maybe even just probation or something, and a large fine. If I had to guess. Where do the live rounds come from? Live rounds are not allowed on movie sets. Instead, guns are loaded with inert dummy rounds that look like live ammunition, or blanks that make an explosive sound and muzzle flash when fired, but are left unloaded. Yeah, I think we all know what a dummy round is. I mean, just imagine the amount of dummy rounds that John Wick in a John Wick movie. I mean, a John Wick movie is nothing but like 2.5 or 3 hours of constant shooting at people. I mean, they've got to go through tens of thousands of dummy rounds in a John Wick movie. Gutierrez has said she brought 2 boxes of dummy rounds onto the set, as well as dummies loaded into the gun belts from a previous movie production on which she worked, The Old Way. In a 2021 police interview, she said she loaded the live bullet that killed Hutchins from one of the 2 white cardboard boxes of dummy rounds that she had brought onto the set. But she said the tray were only supposed to be dummy rounds inside of the box, which police found a container of other live rounds. Could easily have come from another ammunition box. So, has Baldwin been charged with anything, or is he just being... Will this ever be resolved? Well, yeah, of course it will. Without evidence, Gutierrez, Reed, and Baldwin knew of their possible presence on set. It may be difficult for prosecutors to show that they displayed a criminal level of negligence in Hutchins' death. Yeah, so I didn't learn anything other than that. Other than whoever this woman is that's responsible for loading the guns and bringing the ammunition on the set, it's clearly her fault, or either that or she was sabotaged. Maybe somebody went behind her back and nefariously switched out some blank rounds, which she brought on the set and switched them out with live rounds. I don't know why somebody would do that. But all I keep seeing on the news, or all I kept hearing about on the news after this happened, is, everyone pointing the finger at Alec Baldwin. He's just an actor. It's, what it is. It's people don't like Alec Baldwin. because he made fun of Donald Trump or something on Saturday Night Live. So now they're happy that he killed somebody. I don't know. People are weird, man. Who owns the moon? A space lawyer? What? Now, come on.
That is bullshit! That is bullshit! People are like, oh, dude, you fucking roasted her, you roasted her.
A space lawyer answers. The hell? Space lawyer. What is this, The Onion? Most likely, this is the best known picture of a flag ever taken. Buzz Aldrin standing next to the first U.S. flag planted on the moon. For those who know their world history, it rang some alarm bells. Only less than a century ago, back on Earth, planting a national flag on another part of the world still mounted to claiming the territory for fatherland. Did the stars and stripes on the moon signify the establishment of an American colony? No. Well, I want to hear from the space lawyer. The first outer space treaty. 1967 Outer Space Treaty, to which both the United States and the Soviet Union, as well as other spacefaring nations, had become a party. Both superpowers agreed that colonization on Earth had been responsible for tremendous human suffering and many armed conflicts that had raged over the last centuries. They were determined not to repeat that kind of mistake of the old European colonial powers when it comes to decide the legal status of the moon, at least the possibility of a land grab. We can have a war on the moon now? I wouldn't be surprised. I bet you Lindsey Graham would call for a war on the moon. This guy called for a war anywhere. Freaking clown that guy is. I'm embarrassed to be from the state of South Carolina. With him as anyway, the U.S. flag is not a manifestation of claiming sovereignty, but of honoring the U.S. taxpayers and engineers who made Armstrong, Aldrin, and the third astronaut Michael Collins' mission possible. Oh, so they planted the flag on the moon not for claiming the moon, but to thank the taxpayers. Oh, that's so sweet. That was really nice of them to do that. That was really nice of them to do that. Does anybody really believe that's what they meant when they planted that flag, was to thank the taxpayers? Get out of here. Thank the taxpayers. United States and NASA lived up to their commitment by sharing moon rocks and other samples of soil from the lunar surface with the rest of the world, whether by giving them away to foreign governments or allowing scientists from all over the globe to access them for scientific analysis and discussion. In the midst of the Cold War, this even included scientists from the Soviet Union. Case closed. No need for space lawyers anymore then, right? No need for me to prepare University of Nebraska-Lincoln space law students for further discussions and disputes on the lunar law. All right. That was much to do about nothing. Only thing I learned there is they planted that flag to thank the taxpayers. $2,000 mummified ram heads left in honor of Egypt's most powerful pharaoh are found inside an ancient temple. Look at that. Archaeologists at the King Ramses II Temple of Abydos found the mummified remains. They also discovered mummified dogs, wild goats, cows, deer, and ostrich. Located roughly 270 miles south of Cairo, came from a period over 1,000 years, from the 6th dynasty to the Heroic Age, making some of the discoveries over 4,300 years old. In addition to the wealth of animal remains, the archaeological team also uncovered a huge building with walls roughly 5 to 6 meters thick from the Old Kingdom's 6th dynasty. The structure contained a number of statues, tree remains, leather shoes, clothing, and papyri. It's like paper. Uh-oh, here we go. No, I don't think I've heard of this, but this looks like it's right up my alley. You chose the wrong person, quote unquote. The video shows more details of Oklahoma Representative Dean Davis arrest. So who is this? Dean Davis guy. Who is this? Police have released additional footage from the Bricktown arrest Thursday of Oklahoma State Representative Dean Davis. Shows him continue to insist officers were constitutionally prohibited from arresting him while the legislature is in session. What? I don't think that's how the law works, bro. In 4 excerpts of the video footage released late Friday by the Oklahoma City Police Department, Davis, 50 years old, is handcuffed in the backseat of a patrol car, arguing with Sergeant Timothy Brewer after having been arrested on complaint of public intoxication at Skinny Slim's bar at 2 a.m. on Thursday. Quote, "You chose the wrong person. Congratulations." Hey, congratulations.
Congratulations. You tried and you failed miserably.
That's what he said. Cops show up and like, hey, man, we're about to arrest you for public intoxication. And this Representative Davis goes,
congratulations. You tried and you failed miserably.
He can be heard telling the officer while also claiming that he had been unfairly signaled out of the group who were with him that night. So he's going, yeah, I might be publicly drunk, but what about everybody else? What about all my friends? Can you please arrest my friends too? I don't want to go to jail alone. We can just continue this party at the jail. In the arrest report, Brewer wrote early Thursday that he and police lieutenant were traveling eastbound on East Street towards Bricktown Police Station when they saw several people on the patio of a bar, which is against the law after 2 a.m. All right, so I guess it was 15 minutes past closing time. There were still people hanging out on the patio of the bar drinking. That's what I'm getting from this. When police approached the group and told them to leave the bar, the men would not comply. The report said that Davis became argumentative and pulled out his wallet to show legislative credentials. Oh, he's one of these guys. You know, I am the law. I make the laws, sir. You can't arrest me. I'm above the law. Look, I'm a congressman. These are the worst kind of people. A bartender told the accompanying police lieutenant that she told the men to leave the patio several times because the bar was closed. The witness said that the group kept saying that they were representatives. Yeah, okay. During body camera footage, the patrol car footage from the arrest, Davis also demanded that Brewer call his superiors. So he was asking for their, superior, higher ranking officer to come. Your fraternal order of police officer and your supervisor should be called now, saying when he's in the back of the patrol car. Do you understand that? Mark Nelson, the president of the Oklahoma City Fraternal Order of Police, issued a statement Sunday in support of Brewer, saying he acted professionally the entire time. So the supervisor is backing up his officer on this arrest here. The detention of and arrest of Representative Davis were completely justified. Bricktown has been a source of violent crimes frequently influenced by alcohol. Well, whatever. Sounds to me like this guy's a moron. This must happen more often than we think, because it seems like every show I'm doing news stories on some kind of plane that either crashes or, doesn't make it off of the tarmac. It's another one here, this time in St. Augustine, Florida. Florida Highway Patrol reported that a small-engine Piper aircraft veered off the runway while landing at St. Augustine Airport Sunday afternoon. According to the Florida Highway Department, the incident took place approximately 12 p.m. when the aircraft was attempting to land on a paved airstrip in St. Augustine Airport when it suddenly veered off into a grass area. The propeller was reportedly stuck in a ditch, causing the aircraft to come to a rest off of the runway. The pilot, an 82-year-old man, and his 76-year-old passenger both sustained minor injuries in the crash. Now, I'm not going to say that there should be an age limit for flying an airplane, but I'm going to go ahead and say that there probably should be an age limit for flying an airplane. I mean, you see when people get old, they start to, they can't even hardly drive a car, let alone fly an airplane. I wonder if they got hurt. They don't know what caused the crash, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't say anything about the health and well-being of this old man and his passenger. Well, that's kind of messed up. Oh, here it does. Yeah, the pilot, an 82-year-old man, and his 76-year-old passenger both sustained minor injuries in the crash. So they're okay. That's good. At least they're okay. I wonder if he was wearing his glasses. Man who went missing in 2021 now found safe hundreds of miles away in Texas. Yeah, he didn't go missing. He left. That's all that is. That's all that is. Check him out. Shit, he went to live in the woods, bro. Look at him. He's got him a tent, couple of coolers, backpack there. He's out there living his best life. He didn't want to be found. An Arkansas man has been reunited with his family. He's probably like, damn it. I was trying not to be found. He's reunited with his family more than a year after he went missing. Harley McCourt, now 27 years old, was reported missing on October 2022 when his dad said he left their Little Rock home without his wallet and cell phone. He didn't take his wallet and a cell phone because he didn't want to be found. I knew something was wrong, and so I went and I started searching everywhere. I looked in the closets. I looked under the bed. This is his mom. A $10,000 reward was later offered for the McCourt's safe return. The family searched for McCourt for more than a year until he was spotted in Texas earlier this month. Family told the TV station the 27-year-old was stopped by an officer and had identification in his backpack. But authorities were unable to detain him because he was not committing a crime. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's a weird thing. You know, that damn Constitution and all those rights you get. Man, we really wanted to detain him, but he wasn't committing a crime. Damn it. I hate when that happens. I hate when people obey the law. Family members drove 7 hours to Galveston to begin looking for McCourt. They were taking a break along the beach when they saw his familiar face. I couldn't believe it. He was walking down the beach. He had an umbrella, his glasses. And he had a COVID mask on still. I don't think he was wearing that mask for COVID. He was wearing that mask so you wouldn't see him and say, hey, there's my kid, because he was trying to get away from you. So anyway, they find this kid. It doesn't really even say. It doesn't say what, the story behind him leaving, or clearly he left on his own accord. I think where he messed up is he didn't go far enough away from home. He just went from Arkansas to Texas. It's only a couple hundred miles, like they said there, only a couple hundred miles away from where he went missing is where they found him. He should have went to the other side of the country. Next time. He'll do it right next time. He's still young. He hasn't learned how to run away yet. It's all right. A woman framed in rape fantasy plot speaks out to conviction of her ex-U.S. Marshal. What? No, now listen to this. Pilot praises courage of 2 Cuban migrants who tried to enter the U.S. by using a hang glider to fly into a Florida airport. Now that's something there. Talk about getting creative. Look at this. Look at this. A motorized hang glider at that. 2 Cuban migrants flew into the Key West International Airport on a motorized hang glider. Now, I say let them in. I say let them in. They get brownie points for being creative here. They're like, hell with the boat. I got a hang glider, man. Let's strap a damn lawnmower engine to that son of a bitch and fly. Their journey between Cuba and Florida is approximately 90 miles. The migrants were subsequently turned over to the U.S. Border Patrol. 2 migrants found an unconventional way to make the 90-mile journey from Cuba to Florida. After they landed at the Key West International Airport on a motorized hang glider. The migrants landed at the airport on Saturday morning. Pilot Nick Pontecorvo told the local 10 News that he saw the hang glider from the air. It was pretty awesome. To make that 90 miles over open ocean, especially with the wind, it takes a lot of courage, he said. The duo were not seriously injured, releasing minimal details about their flight. So there you go. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. See the propeller on the back there? Yeah. There has been a substantial uptick in migration to the U.S. from both Cuba and Haiti recently. Migrants generally make the dangerous journey to Florida in small boats and crowded rafts. See? Immigration activists have suggested the recent influx of Cubans seeking refugee in the United States is due to increased political unrest and food shortages in their country. Ooh, there's a video. I want to see this, like, if somebody videoed them coming in for a landing.
Moderate to severe eczema, it can be tough.
Now I'm staying ahead of it.
Dupixent helps.
That's a good question. Why'd they land at the airport? Should have just landed. Oh, here we go. There it is. Look at it.
Motor attached, landing at the international airport.
Damn, bro.
A little over 100 miles from Key West at its closest point. Both of the migrants are okay. They were turned over.
That thing is pimping, son.
For processing.
Ooh, hearts.
Yep, they're back.
Who's this?
Buzz.
Yeah, man, if they just would have not landed it at the airport, they'd have been scot-free. That was a dumb decision. What did they think was going to happen? They should have just found some. I mean, South Florida is full of these, desolate areas where they could have landed that hang glider no problem without anybody within 50 miles of them seeing them. Oh, well. Better luck next time, I guess. Atlanta police searching for a gunman accused of shooting a man in the face inside of a local business. Ooh, man. In a supermarket. Officials responded to a person's shot call just after 3 p.m. on the 1200 block of Joseph E. Boone. The victim was described as stable and was taken to the hospital for further evaluation. Stable? I wonder what he got shot with. It looks like a shotgun. Yeah, see, the picture's tiny. So this guy walks into a grocery store with a shotgun, and he's wearing what appears to be a bulletproof vest, some kind of body armor. That's the end of the story. It just says, Atlanta Police Department has identified a suspect who is wearing body armor and armed with a shotgun. Anyone with information, contact police, blah, 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 Crime Stoppers. So there you go. Six breathtaking photos of author Gigi Robinson. I have no idea who that is. No idea. Oh my God. You guys got to see this. They better have this video on here. Some of you have probably seen this video, whether it's on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whatever. But this guy, this is my worst fear on driving down the road. Well, here's a still picture of what happened. So essentially what happened was this guy has a dash cam in his car. This white truck right here blows a tire right as a car that's in the air was trying to pass him in the left-hand lane. And he didn't have any time. I mean, it happened so fast that he hits the tire and goes a good 15 feet airborne in the air. And they're traveling at like probably 75, 80 miles an hour. Okay. This, whenever I had my motorcycle before I sold it, this was my worst fear because I would see it. Anyone who's ever seen, especially with an 18-wheeler, this just happens to be a pickup truck with big tires on it. But especially with an 18-wheeler, anyone who's ever seen one of those tires come apart, or blow a tire when they're traveling at 75 and 80 miles an hour down the interstate, that'll put the fear of God in you. Because you don't have a whole lot of time to react. And you may wreck just trying to avoid the tire. I don't know what's worse, wrecking to avoid the tire or getting hit by the tire. But imagine if this was a motorcycle, the person would be dead. That's what I'm getting at here. Now, I don't know. Let's see what here's a video down here. Can we expand that, bro? Why are you giving me this shitty ass little tiny video down here? I don't know. Can y'all hear that? It is pouring down rain here. It's pitch black, dark outside. Anyway, let's see what it says. The Kia struck the tire and was launched several feet off the roadway. The vehicle flipped in the air before landing on its roof, rolling several times. The car eventually landed right side up as the stray tire continued to roll and strike the rear of the vehicle. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. Eventually the car comes to rest and the damn tire's still rolling down the street at 70 miles an hour and slams into the back of a car again for one good last slam for good measure, bro. Meanwhile, the pickup truck rolled across the freeway on the right shoulder and appeared to come to a stop.
You ever been out here where sunrise is not only seen but also felt? Where chasing friends around isn't just a thing of the
Oh my
past.
God. So I guess this happened in California. The California Highway Patrol told the news station that the Kia driver suffered minor injuries. Now, if that's not an endorsement for Kia, I don't know what is. You know what I mean, bro? These car companies are always trying to claim like they have the safest car and then, all this, the safety ratings and the crash test dummies and all that shit. Kia should just make a commercial of this and say this guy walked away. All right, here it is. Here's the video. Finally. Only had to scroll for 20 minutes to find it. Volusia says he once outran the cops in a Kia. Damn. All right, here we go. It says there's no audio. It's just a dash cam. So here's the Kia. It's a Kia Soul. Watch this. Bam, son. Good God. Now watch the tire. Watch the tire. Bam, one last time. Well, he's lucky that tire didn't come through that back windshield and take his freaking head off. Really. Damn. Wow. A second giant hole has appeared on the sun. It could send 1.8 million miles per hour solar winds towards Earth. Well, that doesn't sound like it's good. Where's my flat earthers at? Because they don't think that the sun's... They think that the sun is a tiny ball of fire that's like in our atmosphere. They don't believe that there's a star in space. A coronal hole in the sun about 20 Earths across has been spotted. These holes can send 1.8 million mile per hour solar winds, blah, blah, blah. The winds should hit our planet Friday or Saturday. Oh, good news. Hey, what are you doing this Friday or Saturday? I don't know. I'm embracing for the 1.8 million mile per hour solar winds. What are you doing? Corona holes are fairly common, but they usually appear towards the poles of the sun. This one's on the equator of the sun. But the sun is gearing up to a peak of activity, which happens about every 11 years, and these holes are more likely to appear near the equator of the sun. The one being at the equator means we pretty much guaranteed that some fast wind at Earth a couple days after it rotates past central meridian. The solar wind's blasts can be very fast, more than 800 kilometers per second, or about 1.8 million miles per hour. The shape of the coronal hole is not particularly special. However, its location makes it very interesting. Yeah, at the equator. They've said that 4 times now. So what this means for Earth? Absolutely nothing, except for probably a light show in, in the Arctic or up in the northern countries. Auroras and that. Trying to scare us. This is a question that everybody's dying to know. Will Johnny Depp ever return to the Pirates franchise? Now, did you hear about this? A Delta passenger was arrested after he opened the plane door, activated the emergency slide, and slid down it. Now this guy sounds like a party. This guy sounds like fun. A Delta passenger was arrested after he opened the emergency plane door right before takeoff. He slid down the emergency slide and later hopped onto a luggage cart. Did he post it on? I bet he. Now, see, this sounds like some shit that somebody would do, like a TikToker, to try to get views on TikTok or something. Like, record themselves going out the emergency thing on the tarmac and sliding down the slide. Delta Flight 1714 from Los Angeles to Seattle on Saturday was delayed due to an unruly passenger who exited the plane while the aircraft was holding on for taxi for takeoff. Okay. There he is. Oh, look at this dude. That's not what I expected him to look. I don't know what I expected him to look like, but not like that. Around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the passenger pushed open the plane's emergency door, triggered the emergency exit slide. The man slid down the slide, jumped onto the back of a luggage cart where he was held by the airport crew until police arrived. He's been taken to a local hospital for mental evaluation. Not much to evaluate. Clearly the guy's out of his mind. Like I said, either he's out of his mind or he was doing this for TikTok, which probably is eventually the same thing. Essentially the same thing. I mean, if I was on that plane and he went ahead and slid down that slide, I'd probably just go right behind him. Why not? You see, it's a quicker way off the plane. Otherwise, you have to sit on that plane for another 4 hours where they try to sort everything out. I'm like, oh, well, he already went down. I may just go out with him. Some of these headlines, man. What? Yeah, what is this about? I keep seeing this. I have no idea. I didn't even know Gwyneth Paltrow was on trial. I haven't looked into it at all. I have zero idea what this is about. Zero. I guess I'm about to find out, aren't I? The first week of the trial involving Gwyneth Paltrow over a 2016 ski accident in Utah has come to a close. Retired optometrist Terry Sanderson is seeking $300,000 in damages from the Goop founder. What is Goop? Is that her company or something? After a collision at the Deer Valley Ski Resort. According to Sanderson's lawsuit, Paltrow collided with Sanderson and skied off. Oh, she did a ski hit and run, bro? Leaving him with permanent traumatic brain injury, 4 broken ribs, pain and suffering, loss of enjoyment of life, and emotional distress. That sounds like all the key words. They got all of them on there, didn't they? Quote, Paltrow got up, turned and skied away, leaving Sanderson stunned, laying in the snow, seriously injured. Now, who's to say she wasn't going to get help? Like, what's she going to do? This guy's all laying there all jacked up from the crash. What's she going to do? Like a surgery on him? Come on. A hit and run, bro. A Deer Valley ski instructor who had been training Mrs. Paltrow, but who did not see the crash, skied over, saw the injured Sanderson, and skied off, falsely accusing Sanderson of having caused the crash. Paltrow has maintained that Sanderson actually skied into her. You know, this is like when there's a car wreck on the road, and they say, "Oh, it's this guy's fault." No, it's this guy's fault. But skiing instead. Yeah. The 50-year-old actress also said that Sanderson previously admitted that he didn't have a clear memory of the accident. Yeah, because he had brain damage. Hey, who are you going to believe? Me or the guy with brain damage? He doesn't remember shit. I'm just taking my word for it. All right, it was his fault. That's a hell of a defense there. Paltrow took to the stand Friday and testified that she initially thought the collision was a sexual assault. What?
People are like, oh, dude, you fucking roasted her, you roasted.
Now this thing is getting weirder by the sentence. Quote, so that was a quick thought that went through my head when I was trying to reconcile what was happening, Paltrow explained. 2 skis came between my skis, forcing my legs apart, and then a body pressed against me. My brain was trying to make sense of what is happening, she said. I thought, is this a practical joke? Is someone doing something perverted? My mind was going very, very quickly, and my mind was trying to ascertain what had happened. Paltrow noticed that it felt like they were spooning. What the fuck? When the two fell to the ground. She also emphasized that she's not claiming that she was sexually assaulted. It's just what went through her mind when it happened. You get into a ski collision, and the first thing is that you're getting assaulted. That's weird. That's a weird thought to have, but okay, whatever. On day 2 of the trial, Dr. Wendell Gibby, an expert witness, was called to the stand to speak on the Sanderson's personality. Terry had a very high-functioning, high-energy person. Every day he was doing lots of things. Meeting groups, wine tasting, skiing, volunteering. But after the accident, he deteriorated abruptly. And many of the activities that he used to do, he stopped doing. Experienced depression, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so So the trial is over. I guess there hasn't been a ruling on this yet? That's what I want to know. This is just getting weirder by the minute here. So she's getting accused of lying on the stand about whether or not she was wearing a helmet. This is a very long article. That's why I've stopped reading it. I'm actually surprised that he's only suing her for $300,000. I mean, most of the time, and again, I'm not saying whose fault it was. I have no idea. But most of the time, when somebody sues a celebrity who's clearly a millionaire, then they go, they swing for the fences. They'll sue him for like $20 million and hope they get $1 million out of it or something. But this guy's only suing for $300,000. I say, oh, that's still a lot of money, but you know what I mean. Hey, Nate. Nate. Is Nate still in here? Watch golf influencer Paige Spiranac's impressive putting skills on a beach in Aruba. Yeah, something tells me nobody gives a shit about the putting going on here. I can just tell you that right now. There she is, golfing in a bikini. There you go, bro.
We are in Aruba, and today I'm going to try to hit a golf ball through the tiny little opening in the A of the Aruba sign.
Now she's trying to catch the golf ball between her boobs. See that? That's very, very skillful.
A bunker shot off of the real beach sand here in Aruba to that moving boat target out there. 28 yards. It went in, it went out. They were counting it. It went in.
Hey YouTube, it's Raven Lynn, and if you like what you see, hit the...
You've got to be kidding me. The statue of David is that porn? Come see Italians tell Flora. Jesus Christ. The world has lost all sensibility and common sense. Now, these ancient Roman statues of David and shit, now it's considered to be porn. These people have lost their minds. Why prosecutors made a federal case out of punching a man at a Miami strip club urinal. Look at the name of the strip club, Booby Trap. Oh. The morality of punching out a man while he's urinating in a strip club restroom doesn't concern federal prosecutors when it comes to, whatever this guy's name is, attack at the Booby Trap. This sounds like an Onion article, too. Perez beat up a man on September 4, 2021 for being a witness in a federal money laundering case. Wait, so the guy was being accused of federal money laundering and then the witness also just happened to end up at the same booby trap at the same time? What are the chances? The West Miami resident said it to himself by shouting, quote, "This is for snitching," before the assault. Yeah, snitches get stitches, bro. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. If anyone ever tries to punch you while you're peeing, just turn around and just start pissing all over them. That'll get them to back off. Well, at least it probably should. That's what I would do. As Perez was coming out of the restroom, he saw a man identified as quote-unquote AR. The previous June, AR had pled guilty to money laundering and in August was listed on a potential trial witness list against 2 people charged with being in his cohorts in the money laundering conspiracy. Perez swung back into the restroom and waited for AR to relieve himself. Oh, so he wait. Oh, that was nice of him. At least he waited for him to get done peeing before he assaulted him. Very, very thoughtful. Perez waited until AR was using the urinal. Then his factual admission says he walked up and yelled, "This is for snitching," in Spanish. Can we get the literal term here? Like what? Where's my Spanish speakers? How do you say "this is for snitching" in Spanish? I mean, I know some Spanish. Like I can have a conversation, but I don't think I know the word for snitching. I don't know the word for snitching. El snitcho? Archeolio. All right. I'll get to the StreamYard now. I mean, the news would never be complete without a Florida man story from the booby trap. A good old strip club assault. Yes. Damn it, man. Hey, look what we got here.
Hey, yo.
Welcome to the Midday Show, bro.
Tekashi 6ix9ine is Spanish for snitching.
Oh, didn't he get beat up too? Pretty sure he did.
Like a couple of days ago in Florida at a sauna.
Yeah, there's a video of that too.
Sauna.
Yeah, he got like stomped out too. So he got jumped by like 3 or 4 people though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. Would it really take 3 or 4 people to whip his ass?
Yeah, it didn't appear as if he was in great shape. You know, I don't know.
Oh, and by the way, that was Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's son earlier that you were thinking of. He got shot and killed filming The Crow.
Right. Okay.
Now, actually, the same exact thing happened to Bruce in one of his movies.
Yeah, right. Which is ironic, huh? Yeah.
He didn't die from it. He caught it in the shoulder.
But nobody can answer my question. I still don't understand why everyone's angry at Alec Baldwin for this.
I don't understand either. I don't get that. I mean, he didn't. It's not his job to do that.
Right. He's just an actor. I mean,
I don't understand at all. That's weird to me.
Like I said,
because you don't point fucking guns at people.
Yeah, but in the movies you do.
Yeah.
I mean,
you think that Keanu Reeves isn't pointing guns at people and shooting all day in John Wick? Of course he is.
He is.
I'm sure he is, but Keanu Reeves has shown a good knowledge of gun safety. To the best of my knowledge, Alec Baldwin hasn't.
Right.
I don't know. I think it's a little bit weird to charge him with a crime.
I'm not disagreeing, but I mean, I'm just coming up with why I assume that they're charging him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing seems weird to me, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're right. A bunch of people hate him. I thought the whole Trump skit was funny.
But to the best of my knowledge, that's the only reason I can think that people are like going after him about this is because they don't like him because of his political views and stuff like that.
Now, I don't like him kind of because of the whole, backlash of all this. Like The Rock wanted to get up on a soapbox about it, and it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. How many people have you shot in movies? Him and Liam Neeson both.
The Rock went after for what?
He just wanted to get up on a soapbox and talk about no more guns in his movies or some shit like that.
Oh my
It's
God!
like, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Go
All
take another
right.
steroid, you big motherfucker.
All right, look. I mean, no more guns in movies, really? Like, are we fucking joking? Like, what kind of? That sounds like something from the fucking Onion, dude.
Yeah, it does. And The Rock of all people.
Well, Liam Neeson too, and I'm like, dude, what's your body count in all 5 of those Taken movies?
No shit. Dude.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, so I take it that you've now decided to start watching the Miami basketball team.
I mean, when I can. Like, I didn't see the game last night because I was on my way up to
man.
Ohio.
They were down 12 points. I mean, it was, I don't know. They
were down like 12 or 16 or something like that.
I was disappointed. My girlfriend lost yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, the women lost, so.
Yeah.
The Cavender twins.
Yeah. I don't know which one, because they're definitely not
very talented.
They're not identical twins. They're clearly fraternal twins because they don't look exactly alike. So I'm trying to figure out which one is my girlfriend. I think it's number 15. Which one is that?
That is
Haley or Kaylee or Taylor or whatever the hell it is.
Shit, I would have to look it back. I'd have to look it back up. I looked it up the other night when you were talking about it on the Friday night show, and I had to look it up again. I don't have it memorized.
I'll look it up here. Cavender twins?
Yeah.
Just look up, Miami's women's basketball roster. They're 14 and 15.
Yeah.
And 15 was the one that you
Well, see, what comes up here is a bunch of pictures. I guess they got... See, I didn't know this about... I've done all my very, very scientific research here in the past few days.
Yeah.
And what I learned was that during COVID, they started doing all this stuff on Instagram and gained like millions of followers. And so, of course, it's what's on Instagram. It's them running around in bikinis and shit like that.
Of course.
Yeah, they may or may not have been hired by Deshaun Watson at some point. It's where he found all his talent.
So it looks to me like, I think number 15 is Hannah. Is that right?
Yeah. Hannah and Haley, that's it.
Yeah. There you go.
I don't know if they're that hot.
I mean, I'd be okay with either one.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, so to speak, I wouldn't think about it if they farted, blah, 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 of course. But I don't know, man.
Well, certainly they're in shape. Well, so there is that.
Yeah.
But they just don't look like. And this was, and this is what I was saying the other day. No disrespect to the other female basketball players, but most female basketball players look like they could kick my ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they really couldn't, though.
Yeah, but whatever. They look like, they look. They're just not my type of woman. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they're unattractive in the female bodybuilder sort of sense. Like, that shit's just not attractive.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't know if I'd fight Brittany Griner. I don't know if I'd win that fight.
Dude, that bitch is a beanpole. Stop it.
Yeah, okay, you might be right. I don't know. You're bigger than me anyways. I don't know.
Well, that's true. I mean, she's like, what is she? She's like 6'4", 6'5". So,
she's 6'8", bro. She's 6'8".
Well, she'll go down the same way anybody else. You chop a tree down at the base.
That's true. You put their ankles together, and then I can't. Right.
I did read an article yesterday. These two girls, their net worth is now officially over $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said they look very talented. So, I mean, that just kind of proves it, I guess.
Yeah.
Because only talented people become
millionaires. Well, after college, they'll...
Yeah, it's a meritocracy, right?
After college, they'll probably, they'll get endorsements, and they'll probably start a podcast or something, and there you go.
And or OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, now that would probably make up a bunch of money.
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah. They have OnlyFans already, Kobe says?
Oh, they do? Don't tell me that.
We may have to do some more research.
Yeah, don't make me have to do more research.
I am not. I just, I don't know. I'm not trying to hate on anybody here, but I can't imagine ever actually like getting my credit card out and paying for an OnlyFans.
Yeah, I know.
Who the fuck is doing this?
Apparently, a lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
No shit. Yeah, definitely. I just don't understand that shit.
Yeah, Colby says he's just kidding.
I mean, it's one thing if you go check it out, like I said, to do some research. But, I mean, if you are paying a monthly bill, there's something up with that.
Dude, I agree. I don't understand that.
But even then, that's not necessary because Reddit's a thing, so you can go watch it all for free anyway.
You know what I mean? And like, you know, I don't know if people are aware that porn on the internet is free.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I get they want to see somebody that they've, you know, jerked off to on Instagram. You know,
Now, I don't know if this is a fact. I saw this on a YouTube video, so it can be taken with a grain of salt. But apparently there's some chick on there making like 50+ million a year off OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous.
What's her name? Black China. That's her name. You know who that is?
No.
She's white. She's neither black nor Chinese, right?
The only reason I know her, who she is, I don't even know I don't know what she's famous for, but she has a baby with with that Kardashian boy. What's his name? I don't even know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
his name doesn't matter.
His name doesn't matter. But let's look it up. Watch this. These numbers are going to blow your mind. How much money she makes on OnlyFans, and she's not even hot. Let's see here. And also that rapper Tyga, you know what I'm talking about?
I do, yeah.
He did it for like a month and made $50 million and got off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he is a dude.
But I believe what he was doing is he was posting videos of him with women. You know what I'm saying? Being with women. Yeah. Ex-fiance of 36-year-old Rob Kardashian. There you go. With whom she has a daughter, Dream.
How could I forget it?
Also a son, King 10, and a 33-year-old rapper. Oh, so she's got kids with Tyga and Rob Kardashian. Is rumored to have made $240 million from OnlyFans. After charging up to hundreds of dollars per year to subscribers who wanted to see her raunchy content.
Awesome.
$240 million. Jesus Christ.
All right, so I don't want to hear any more bullshit about the economy ever again. What the fuck, dude?
Go get on OnlyFans. And that doesn't even take talent to make money, apparently.
And apparently she only did this for like a year, and then I guess she's not on there anymore is what I'm reading now. I mean, why would she stay on there?
No. Here's the issue with that is once you put pictures of your asshole on the internet, it goes away.
Shit's there forever, buddy.
I mean, I'll put it out there for $240 million. I mean, I really don't care.
You know what, man? Me too. I can't even lie to you. What the fuck, man? Come on.
Dude, for that kind of scratch, I'll bleach that motherfucker clean for $240 million.
Right. And then if you want to hide and you don't want to be seen again, you just go to the next state and hide in the woods.
Yeah, so she's officially, well, unofficially, but officially the highest earner in the history of OnlyFans, is what they're saying. Oh, here you go.
Crazy.
Wow.
Man, you know what happened? And of course it happens like this with the fucking March Madness. I run a really small football betting pool thing where we just do, a couple dollars on the games. And the guy who wins it pretty much every fucking week is this Irish guy who knows nothing about football, right? Of course. And so the March Madness pool, it's got about 100 people in it. And what do you know? The one fucking British guy picked San Diego State versus UConn in the championship game. Unfucking believable, man. I think I'm going to start taking. Okay, I hear you. It's Miami.
Miami and FAU. It's going to be an all Florida championship.
All South Florida, dude. All South Florida. Palm Beach versus Dade, dude. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be San Diego State.
Yeah, I gotta pee real quick, guys. I'll be right back.
How many people in Dade County are gonna get shot over that game?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is anyone gonna notice? I feel like people don't give a shit.
Oh, I'm sure they'll notice.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like people in Miami don't really fucking care about their sports teams, other than the Heat sometimes.
No, they care about them when they're good.
Right, yeah, true. I mean, if the Dolphins made the Super Bowl, they would care, I guess. Although the Marlins won 2 World Series and nobody fucking noticed, so.
Yeah, they weren't the Miami Marlins then.
Yeah, totally different now, excuse me. No, actually, the Florida Marlins colors, the jerseys, much cooler. And the Miami Marlins was like a minor league team.
Yeah.
Anyways. What's up, dude? How you doing? What's new?
Apparently I'm fixed to get in a new career of OnlyFans, apparently.
Shit, no doubt, right? Good Lord.
Fuck.
Chance.
If I can get out of this fucking truck and never have to come back to Columbus, Ohio again, yeah, I'll put my ass on the internet.
Yeah, did you, were you guys referring to Chance's comment there?
No, I can't
He says OnlyFans is such a cop-out way to make money. Sir, can you really blame a person for making millions of dollars by horny men? I'm not looking down on that. More power to you.
Don't get me wrong. I can see the moral downside to it. Yes.
Well, I mean, I can think of a lot of things that are a lot more morally reprehensible. Just look at Wall Street, banking, these hedge fund guys. I mean, this is a victimless crime here. I mean,
society in that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I don't have a problem with it per se, at least on moral grounds. I mean, I just would criticize the people that are actually whipping out their credit card and paying money.
Yeah, but see, capitalistic society. I mean, if there's a market out there for it, and people are willing to, give you their money for whatever you want to, show them on the internet, more power to you.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I think there's a whole lot less of a moral qualm with paying for it than being the deviant doing it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. If you can make money doing it and you have no shame, right, and no sense of foresight about what it's gonna do to you later, go for it, right?
Yeah, but like to Pete's point earlier, you're already starting to see it. Like everybody knows, especially middle and elementary school kids are shitheads, and you're already starting to see it. I mean, motherfuckers getting obliterated in school because they're watching their mom get railed by 10 dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's rough. That's rough.
That is rough.
That is rough. It's a little bit funny, but it's rough, dude. That's not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's bad parenting.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Really. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway.
Ridiculous.
So we were a little bit worried about you. I hadn't heard from you in a couple of weeks.
No, I was on an extended trip. So I was out in Guangxi.
Yeah, we looked that up. You were on that business trip at that 5-star hotel.
A place called Kunming, which is actually Kunming, and I ended up going there last week.
Yeah.
So I was up in the mountains, up on the Burmese border. We were doing a story about 2 things. One was there's this organization here in Shanghai that's donating money to help build schools up in these rural mountain areas, and so we were kind of talking about that. And then kind of interesting, up there in the mountains, they in southwest China, they have the perfect climate for growing coffee. Like until 25 years ago, they didn't know what the fuck coffee was, right, up there. And so somebody came out and like, y'all can't grow coffee here. Stop growing corn and all this other shit because it's a super poor village on the mountains.
Yeah.
And then like, taught them how to grow coffee. And now they're like learning how to grow coffee, learning how to drink it, and like adjust their growing price. So it's kind of interesting. So I was just doing that.
So you did a story on coffee in the mountains of China.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How much coffee did you drink?
A lot, and damn, it's good, man.
Yeah.
Really good. you just drink it straight up, not bitter at all, man. It's just really nice. Some of the best drip coffee I've had, and they're pretty good. So, yeah. And they gave me some for free, so it works. What's up, Luke?
What's up?
Oh, man. ACC in the Final Four, right?
Yeah, ACC still a basketball conference. Everyone's dunking on Joe Lunardi now.
Okay.
Joe Lunardi.
Bullshit that we didn't make it, but it's all right.
You don't know who Joe Lunardi is?
Joe Lunardi is the ESPN bracket.
He's the ESPN bracket guy.
Yeah.
The ACC commissioner came out and said the ACC has a messaging problem because everybody says that the ACC is bad.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Lunardi said it was that they're actually bad before Miami went to the Final Four.
Well,
the money problem, guys. Come on, man. The ACC, let's be real, man. The ACC is kind of stuck. And we're all ACC guys here. We can be honest about this. The ACC kind of sucks in every sport right now.
It's pretty good in baseball right now. It's probably the best baseball conference or the second best.
The SEC is way better. The SEC's got like 7 of the top 10 teams in baseball right now.
Well, I don't know. Jim Phillips.
It's not like there's a lack of unranked. It's not like there's a lack of top 25 ACC teams either.
Even if the SEC is the best, the ACC is like a clear second best.
But this is what I don't understand about Jim Phillips.
Last year.
He's doing the same thing the last guy did. He's pointing his finger at everybody else, saying that you're the problem with the ACC. No, sir, you are. Are you responsible for the messaging that comes out of the ACC? I mean, what's this guy's job description? I mean, and there should not be, at least in basketball and probably baseball too, there should not be a negative connotation related to the ACC. If you want to say with football, I can understand that. But, and basketball
should be better than it is, guys. Let's be real. In 2016, the ACC was the best conference in the country in football. So, I mean, there's no reason why it's this bad right now.
Well, and I brought it up. I brought it up on somebody else's show. The main reason the ACC can even be considered bad in football is really Miami and Virginia Tech's fault.
And Florida State up until last year, yes.
Well, the issue is none of these teams that should be good can seem to get together at the same time. It's like when Miami finally gets together, Carolina, Florida State, and Virginia Tech all suck. Then it's the opposite.
Well, guys, I mean, the issue is real, and it's what everyone's been talking about. And it's just that looking forward, we just are going to make half as much money as all the Big Ten and SEC teams, and that's going to do a lot of damage. It's unsustainable. Like, we've either got to fix that or, some of us got to get the fuck out. And I hate to say that because I'm an ACC guy and all that shit, but, like, this is an unsustainable future here.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's starting to worry me a little bit.
Well, and I highly doubt it's going to stay that way because, I've said it before, ESPN's got all the reason in the world for the ACC to stick around.
I mean, they don't.
I don't think it's going to come down to two conferences. Two conferences like some people think it will be. I don't think anybody actually wants that, even the powers that be.
The only way the ACC can get the ESPN to negotiate is for the schools to threaten to go to the Big Ten. Because then the ESPN actually loses on that end. If they go to the SEC, that's just moving assets around.
Or the Big 12. I mean,
well, no, Luke. They still look at the bottom line, Luke, and they look at the fact that they had to put up millions of dollars to create the ACC network, and they don't want to lose that money. They want a return on their investment, or at least break even.
I think they'd look at it as already lost and just say, screw it, we can stop spending money on the ACC network.
Well, we talked about this a few weeks ago. Remember when Florida State's AD came out and said, what he said, and Clemson kind of followed in suit. Yeah, I feel like there's already an exit strategy going on right now, like a 4-year plan or whatever it is.
I think that's wishful thinking. I think there's a whole lot of saber rattling going on, and people talking about shit they're not capable of doing.
I don't think there is an exit route.
There's really not, and that's the concerning part. It's avenues that are narrow.
It's definitely not impossible. It wouldn't be easy.
I mean, unless you've got $500 million laying around, it's going to be pretty impossible.
I hate to say that we should go to the SEC, but I think that we should go to the SEC.
I mean, they could just borrow the money from Black China. She's got $240 million from OnlyFans.
I think the only realistic way that the ACC ends is 8 teams agree to dissolve the conference.
Yeah, good luck
Which
with
probably
wouldn't happen.
You can watch 4 teams by the SEC and Big 12 packs.
Are you guys having a hard time hearing him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going R2D2 on us.
Yeah. I don't know what's... Yeah.
I mean, like, what teams would the Big Ten and SEC want? Like, it's definitely not 8, but I think you could get to 6 or so.
You could definitely get to 6.
Yeah.
Well, the SEC would probably want the rest of the Florida schools and Clemson.
Yeah, and probably Virginia Tech.
I think they'd want North Carolina before Virginia Tech.
I think they probably want both of them.
I mean, the Big Ten wanted Carolina during the last realignment period. They wanted them bad. That didn't happen. I think Duke would be desirable to some extent. Virginia.
Yeah, Duke would too, because their brand is basically on par with North Carolina's for basketball.
For basketball, but for everything else, it's Carolina. But yeah. But I think there's a pretty easy 6 to come up with. It's the other 2. I think maybe you can convince NC State.
That's another one too, yeah.
Is that any better? Can you hear me better?
Yes.
Yeah. In Georgia Tech,
Yeah, no,
guess,
I think that you're more likely to get the Florida schools as well as Clemson into the SEC, and then so I think the Big Ten would be more attracted to schools like UNC, Duke, or Virginia.
Well, and I think Georgia Tech would be probably desirable to the SEC because they were an SEC school at one point.
Yeah, and they have Georgia to pair up with, and just have that be a conference rivalry.
I don't know, man. I think I did hear some ideas floating around that instead of the SEC, that seems like Clemson and Florida State should look at the Big 12. No guarantee the SEC wants to expand right now.
Well, according to the SEC commissioner, they don't.
Right.
You can't listen to that, though.
Well, I'm not saying I don't take it with a grain of salt, but...
Well, every Clemson and Florida State came and said, we have a way out and we're joining the SEC. He's not going to say no.
Right.
Probably true, yeah.
Yeah.
They were. A lot of people talk about how, the SEC is already in Florida and South Carolina. They'd rather expand into states they're not in. I think that's bullshit.
North Carolina.
It's not about. They don't give a shit. I don't think it's about.
Well,
it's also like if they want to expand in North
Well, it is.
Carolina,
It's about TV markets.
Yeah, I'm about to say that absolutely is part of it, is getting into TV markets that you're not in.
Yeah.
Right, but it's more about eyeballs. More people are watching Clemson football than are watching UNC football. I mean, come on.
Right.
Basketball is a non-zero consideration, though.
But also, here's the thing: the SEC
The Final Four gets
isn't
similar
gonna
ratings to college football playoff.
The SEC isn't going to want to expand if they're not going to be able to renegotiate the contract, because that's going to be less money to each school. And if the SEC can renegotiate theirs, the ACC can absolutely renegotiate theirs.
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer that the ACC renegotiate theirs.
I mean, I love the ACC, but I just don't see the way out. Look, I think all this complaining by the big schools is trying to get uneven revenue sharing.
That doesn't even come close to fixing the gap.
Exactly. That's the only thing they could do to make more money right now.
Yeah, well, again, that's a short-term fix. That's not a long-term fix.
Well, it doesn't even come close to making up the gap. It's only an extra couple $1 million, whereas we're going to be $10, $20, $30 million down.
Right. At least. Probably more than that. We're like 60.
To close that gap, obviously the only possible way is, like I've said before, forcing Notre Dame's hand.
That is, Notre Dame is kind of like the fly in the ointment. They could be a deal changer.
Yep. I mean, also Notre Dame could just say, "Screw you, we'll just go independent and everything else."
It could.
Or join another conference.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, though, I think they burned their bridge with the Big Ten because the Big Ten really tried to get them to join, and then Notre Dame didn't, and nobody really knows how burnt that bridge is.
I know that I did hear about the Big Ten is supposedly changing their academic standards so that they can get more teams to come in. Like whatever that thing is, the requirement they have, you have to be some.
Oh yeah.
What's it called?
What is that? I forget what it's called.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, I think Nebraska's not in it though.
Right. Maybe that's why they changed it to get Nebraska. I don't know.
I think they were in it when they joined, but they got kicked out.
Okay. Somebody will type in the chat. You guys know what I'm talking about. But anyway, like, I don't know what the status as far as Southern Cal. I'm pretty sure UCLA already meets the requirement. I don't know about Southern Cal though.
I'm pretty sure Southern Cal meets it.
Think so?
Yeah,
they definitely do. The AAU universities, that's what it is.
Yeah, AAU. Thank you.
I'm about to look up what schools. I know North Carolina's in the AAU.
I'm sure Virginia is as well.
I think they are.
Is.
I would imagine Georgia Tech probably is. I don't know.
Are we in it?
No.
See, Virginia's in it. Yeah, USC's in. Pittsburgh is.
Yeah.
Syracuse might be.
I don't see.
I don't think they are.
Okay.
Kansas is in it, though.
You know, Kansas would be an attractive team for them.
Kansas is kind of in that Duke category.
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, damn, think about the Big 12 is already easily the best basketball league. And then next year they're adding, what, Houston and who else? BYU.
UCF, BYU.
What's up, y'all?
Cincinnati as well. What's up, mate?
How y'all doing?
Not bad.
That's good.
I have no idea, Zona. I didn't even know you were timed out, buddy. Maybe somebody did it on accident. I don't know.
No, Vic, what are you timing out for?
Oh, Vic did it.
Uh-oh. That's not what... You know what you say, or you know what they say, he doesn't care. So...
Superman lives matter.
He timed him out for saying Colby, Concave Nations League, U.S. versus El Salvador. What?
He's talking about soccer.
Yeah.
CONCACAF.
Why? Vic, are you a victim or something?
Vic don't like soccer, bro.
Dang. He might have done it by accident. I've done it before.
Soccer talk.
Anyway.
But yeah, I'm off of spring break now, so right now I'm
Off of spring break or on? Say that again?
Yeah, I'm off of spring. Oh, spring break is done for me. I meant.
Right.
Oh, so I didn't even know you were on spring break, Nate. But it's over now.
Don't you have a job, Nate? Your job has spring break.
They're supposed to, my actual job is supposed to schedule me for
Consolidation.
Yeah. Consolidation day.
You mean consultation day?
Or whatever you call it. Yeah.
Yeah, but so this is confusing because Nate has a job, but he also is when you work down spraying down those wheelchairs and shit at that hospital. Is that through your school or is that is that something different?
Actually, well, no, the intern job. No, this is just intern. When
Yeah, that's it. His real job is babysitting little children.
Yes.
Yeah, right. At like a gym or something, right?
Yeah, in the gym.
Yeah.
We do midline. We, roll call. We call it midline.
So see,
Nate the Great's babysitting services.
so this is starting to make sense now because when you were on spring break, that means you didn't have to go to your hospital gig.
Right.
Because that's through school.
Right.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere here.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not really good at.
So you when you're spraying down those wheelchairs all day, you're doing that for free?
Basically.
Yeah. So you do.
That's just funsies.
Yeah, they call it. It's an unpaid internship.
But now I'm not doing that. I'm in my third rotation.
Oh, wait a minute. He's doing a job and he's not getting paid. I heard that was slavery.
I mean,
what?
I guess apprenticeship is slavery too.
I think that unpaid internships kind of are bullshit, but whatever.
Yes. I know. I agree, but
I mean, you are volunteering to do that.
Yeah, but you're volunteering because you have to in order to get whatever college credit you want to get.
Yeah.
Correct.
But you're also getting work experience.
I see both sides of it. I understand.
That's basically of it. Yeah, it's basically that. To get
right. No, we understand why you're doing it. I just think that you should get paid for it. I'm not saying you should get paid $30 an hour.
Yeah. Right. I'm with Felicia on that, but whatever. I mean,
yeah.
That's one of those things. It's like it's been grandfathered in, so everyone sort of accepts it. Even though times have changed. That's one of the things.
You can't throw your intern like $7 an hour or something.
Right, exactly. Especially if it's if it's for a huge corporation, like it's not going to break their bank.
Yeah, heck, my intern job is basically a rehab hospital. Oh, look at that! It's a victim.
Yeah.
Hey, victim.
Yeah.
God, can y'all cry a little more as if shit hadn't been done that way through apprenticeships for thousands of years?
Oh
my God, we can't take it anymore. It's just not right.
It's not that.
It's not the end of the world, but I think it's okay to.
No one's
not crying. We're just saying we probably should get paid a little bit.
No one's forcing Nate to work at the hospital. So.
Right, but that's not the point, man. People have done things in poor ways for thousands of years. We sacrificed children and buried them in post holes for thousands of years in the Stone Age. It doesn't mean.
Yes, and people aren't doing that anymore. But to try to conflate the two is absolutely ridiculous. Stop.
Right. What I'm saying is, just because people did something for a long time doesn't mean they shouldn't stop doing it.
Yeah.
Yes, but a lot of times things are done certain ways for certain reasons.
Well, sure, but a lot of times those reasons are bullshit.
But that's all a matter of perspective.
Indeed.
Sometimes those reasons aren't good reasons either.
That's right.
I'm also not going to take perspective from a guy that thinks companies shouldn't make money.
Yeah.
Who? I didn't say that.
Oh, yes, you have. Several times.
Oh, no. I didn't say it like that. Go ahead.
Right now my rotation or my final rotation, I am in linens, which means laundry.
Right.
So basically, I just I have a card that has towels on them and bibs and.
And I need you to come to my house and do all of my laundry for me. But here's the thing, though. I can't pay you.
It's an internship.
It's an internship.
Recommendation when you're done.
Yeah, I'll give you a good recommendation.
Yeah.
I don't know. My wife has this annoying habit of walking in people's houses and start cleaning. Maybe I should start charging for that shit.
Hell yeah, that's a great annoying habit. Hey, you guys want to come over for dinner sometime?
Well, you did invite us over for vacation, so
Yeah.
shit, we're liable to leave the house cleaner than we found it.
There you go. Shit.
Hey, I don't know if we talked about this on here before. I think we forgot it. The fact that I know this like 4 weeks ago during the Salt Olympics. The fact that I got that DoorDash is like once in a million to get that through that freaking.
Yeah, that was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And that's saying a lot.
Was.
Nate, so there's a festival. They shut down the entire street right where we're staying, right in front of our hotel. They've got all kinds of awesome food trucks in there, every kind of different type of food you can imagine, right?
Vegan options.
Nate DoorDashes Taco Bell when he's 3 steps away from 18 different types of food on food trucks. And not only that, this poor DoorDash driver, he can't even get, they got all the streets blocked off. I don't even know how he got the food to you, Nate.
I don't either.
I hope he gave him a good tip because he probably had to walk like 4 blocks after. He probably had to park.
I gave him like $2.50.
$2.50? Oh my God. You know what? You deserve to work for free. You know, I take back everything I said. Fuck you. You don't deserve to get paid by that hospital. You're out here stiffing DoorDash drivers.
Nate
Isn't $2.50 the minimum tip on DoorDash?
$2.50.
Ain't nothing gonna get between Nate and his chinchoritos.
It was funny because he told me he ordered DoorDash, and I go, Nate, that you screwed up. You're never going to see that DoorDash because he can't even get anywhere close to here. 5 seconds later, Nate's over there chomping down on Taco Bell. I was like, man.
I don't know if I've ever had Taco Bell.
What? How is that possible?
I don't know if you like Taco Bell, Pete.
I mean, I do like Taco Bell, but you know what else I like? Like real Mexican food trucks. They're way better than Taco Bell.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It showed the contact.
We used to have those food trucks come there. They'd sit in the quad. People would order from them, but they stopped.
There's a food truck festival in my town this weekend at the park.
Yeah.
Nothing's better than an authentic Mexican food truck. I mean, that's...
Oh, and yeah, speaking of Mexican food, do not ever bring me to Mexican food restaurants.
Why? What, are you afraid you're going to say something racist or something, Nate? What's going on with that?
No, Pete knows why.
What?
If he forgot, it's fine.
I do?
Because he eat himself to a heart attack.
No, that corn I ate.
Right.
Oh, the Mexican street corn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called maize, Nate.
Yeah.
Mexican street corn is good. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I ate that corn like a beaver.
Yeah,
Wait,
you
what?
sure did.
Wait, what?
That sounds a little sus, Nate.
No, beaver.
Just
like,
let that one go, Volusia.
Yep, okay.
So, you know how beavers like trim some
Hey, that
trees?
doesn't mean keep going.
Nate,
Okay.
we got it. Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
We got it.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus Christ. All right. Okay. I need another cigarette on that note. God damn.
I still think the funniest thing I saw all weekend was Nate attempt to take a shot.
Oh, that rum? Yeah, he got mad. It was like a drop of
I
rum.
didn't like it. Even I didn't like it. I just threw the freaking. I spilled.
Nate didn't want to finish the cup. He tossed it over the side of the balcony. And we're like, Nate, what are you doing?
Yeah, he's savage.
Just give it to somebody else, man. Don't waste alcohol. It's a sin. Don't you know that? Damn.
I didn't know what he
I'd
said.
say, I'm sure Vic would have put it down. He took his like a champ.
I would have finished it for you.
You know what? The funny thing was, I gave Vic like a little sip, and I pulled it away from him because I don't want him to choke. Because I was having to like hold the cup for him. So then he looks at me like, and I go, what? He goes, more. I go, okay. All right.
What the fuck?
So
Vic, what the fuck do I look like, a pansy?
Hey, Vic took the whole thing. He took the whole shot like a man.
He did.
Well, you know, one is good, two is
Better. Yeah. And well, 3, that's just good business.
You know,
Yeah.
and then if you get 3, well, that's just good business.
Hey, at least I tried it. That's all that matters. But I didn't really take. I didn't take that man though.
It was very fitting that Vic took a shot of rum, considering he was dressed up.
He was dressed like a pirate. It was perfect. And he did a pirate toast.
That is true.
Hey, what was
He didn't even make a face either. I mean, he just took it down like it was Kool-Aid.
Hey, what was the pirate toast again, Vic?
Huh?
What was the pirate toast that you did?
It was, I think it was drink up me Hardee's.
Yeah, drink up me Hardee's. Yeah.
Yo ho. Oh yeah.
Yo
ho ho and about. Hey, Vic's no bitch, man. He's got it.
Yo ho ho, an empire's life from me. Oh, sorry.
No, that's it. You got it.
Dude, we killed 3.5 bottles of that shit over the weekend. I took a half a bottle home.
What
At least, yeah, go ahead.
Was it the bamboo stuff?
Yeah, it was Lil Wayne rum. Yeah.
Man, that's
It was really good. It was dangerous. I had to kind of keep myself away from it because it's just like you can just drink it straight out of the bottle. You know.
Good thing I didn't do that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not total. I mean, it's like Jack. It's like 40%. So I mean, it's not weak.
Yeah.
Right, it's proper rum. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't imagine anything less. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's delicious though. That's the problem.
Yeah, that stuff's dangerous.
Yeah, yeah.
Mix it with some Dr. Pepper.
Whew.
You can throw them back like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Now, I don't really drink rum. Like, what do y'all like? If you drink rum, do you just do like a rum and Coke or whatever? Like,
Yeah, I'm like Slim. I'll usually mix it with some Diet Dr. Pepper or something.
yeah, Dr.
Well,
Pepper.
it also depends on what I'm drinking too. Like if I'm drinking Bacardi, usually it's like Hawaiian Punch or something.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we used to, we invented our own drink. We called it Hawaiian Suicide. It was the red Hawaiian Punch, Bacardi 151, and we would chop up some fresh fruit and drop it off in there.
Oh,
Sounds pretty good.
This is almost like a beach version of PJ.
All right, y'all. I gotta
That
go.
sounds like.
Thank you for letting me on, Pete.
All right, see you later, Nate.
See ya.
Yeah, get back to work for free, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to add something to that 151 because that shit's like drinking nail polish remover.
Yeah,
It's brutal.
I don't drink a lot of rum either, but I do tend to drink more. You know, in warmer weather, like in the summertime. Like nobody really drinks rum in the wintertime, do they? Unless you're an actual pirate.
Rum is a beach drink. You drink rum when you're in the Caribbean or when you're in Thailand or when you're in XYZ. You know,
Thank you.
Rum is a drink that you drink out of a coconut on the beach. Yeah.
Right.
I'm actually, I'm drinking an old-fashioned screwdriver right now. Like I just got a bottle of Absolute with some orange juice. And I'm just feeling like
Monday night.
I've done that.
I've been doing that lately.
Yeah.
I've been doing that
I drink
lately
for the show.
because I popped open that bottle of Crystal Head, and I made me a couple of screwdrivers here lately.
What's it go? Crystal Head.
Yeah.
Is that the Dan Aykroyd? Is that the Dan Aykroyd vodka?
Dude, that is it is. But that's the coolest bottle I've ever seen. That's why I bought it.
Yeah, it is cool looking.
Oh, I'll check that out. All right. Like I said, I'm more of a gin guy. I'm a gin guy.
Ugh.
But gin is my.
I mean, I've had gin before. I mean,
disgusting.
My grandpa loves
gin's the best. So the best gin I've had is Monkey 47. Monkey 47 is a German gin. It's really expensive, but if you're down to have gin and you want to have some nice shit, Monkey 47 is fantastic gin.
Yeah, I don't do gin.
Gin is good, but all right, fair enough.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Ballard?
Not much. I'm enjoying spring break in Florida, so.
Where in Florida you at, man?
Tampa area. It's a very small town. I'm just visiting my parents.
Yeah, so you basically you're taking your spring vacation back at your home.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
That's the best kind of spring break.
Yeah.
That's the only time his parents let him come home. Otherwise, they're like, get the fuck out.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So what's on the slate for Ballard during spring break? Like, you have any big plans? Are you going to go do anything special, or are you just going to kind of like hang out and relax? And
Well, I got here. Well, I got here Thursday, right after. Like, I left for the airport after class. I flew down, and
skipping class.
Yeah, right. So there's that. I go home tomorrow, and I have a few days to kill. Rest of the time at home with my grandparents, but we've already done a lot of fun stuff. We did go to the beach and went bowling and church on Sunday, so we've had a lot of fun.
There you go.
Bowling,
Yeah.
Cool.
You know me. I love sports. I love balls.
You love balls, right?
You call them ball hogs. Ball hog. It's a ball hog. Don't search that on Pornhub, or do. So yeah, I have a question for y'all, right? So here in Shanghai, there's this place called Flotasia, and it's a sensory deprivation tank.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely, yes.
Aaron Rodgers went to?
No.
Is that those little pods where you float in the water and?
Sir, they have those in Clemson's football facility for the players.
Okay, so now so I kind of want to try it.
Sure.
Although I feel like an hour I might not be able to last an hour. Plus, there's no more drugs here. And
try it high on acid.
No, exactly right. No, I know people who have done exactly that, and that was kind of my first thought. Was like, yeah, drop some acid and do it, and it'll be super fun. But we can't do that here anymore.
All right. So what's this tank all about?
You've never heard of this, Vic?
It's just completely dark and soundless. You float in the water.
So the water is heated to the exact temperature of your skin, so you can't feel it. You fill it up with Epsom salt, which makes it extremely buoyant. So you float almost on top of the water instead of submerged in it.
Like the Dead Sea, yeah.
And it's completely silent and completely black. So it takes all of your senses away from you.
And you just sort of float. It's like a meditation sort of thing.
Right. So it sends your brain into it. Your body is not used to not having any sensation at all. So it sends your brain into sort of like a trance state, like a meditation.
Right. My thing was like, when I first heard about it, I was like, yeah, drop acid and do it. Right. But now we can't do that out here anymore. And so, like, would I do that like sober? Ugh. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it would be rough.
Yeah, I don't know why not. Why wouldn't you do it sober? I would.
I mean, I guess I don't know. My brain just doesn't work that great sober anymore. But
it's good. It's good for you.
Yeah, but no, I'm joking. I'm obviously exaggerating the situation. My point is that have any of y'all ever done it? Was my question.
I have not. But I would like to.
Okay.
I would do it, but I would only do it for like 15 minutes. I can't do it for an hour.
Like a whole hour, right? Sounds rough, dude.
I know. I think I'd get bored if it was there for an hour. I mean.
Well, yeah, you get bored. That's the point. Is like it sends you.
I start hallucinating or something.
Yeah,
it sends you into the darkest depths or the innards of your mind, right? That's not dude. Acid in there would be amazing. I could totally just drop.
I mean, what do you do if you're in there and you have to pee?
Well, I mean, you can get out if you want. You're not trapped in there.
I mean, just pee.
How do you get out? Do they have like a panic button they give you?
No, you just push the top open. You just put.
Yeah, I think if
you guys
see the top. How do you flip it open?
Yes, you can see
there's
it.
Certainly a way to get out. Like otherwise, people would be dying in their left and right.
Right. I think.
Well, clearly, if you get out to pee, then you're going to break your sensory deprivation part. But
I know, but if you can see a door while you're in there, you're not completely deprived of your sensory.
Well, why would you get out? Well, why would you get out to pee? Why not just go? I mean.
You can't do that. No, they frown upon that.
Because they frown upon that.
So they have a place.
Do they have a chemical in there that turns the water blue?
They have a place here in Charleston where you can go and do it. It's a business. Let's see here.
That sounds like a good vlog, Pete.
Dude, people will fucking pay for anything.
I would pay for it. So here you go. Now I don't know how much I would pay for it, but I would pay for it.
I heard a story about somebody passing out, falling asleep in one of those and having diarrhea in it, and they had to buy a whole new tank.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
So here's what they look like.
What would you have to buy a whole new tank for? I mean, you have this shit out there called bleach.
Yes, just get it out. I mean, just grab a little net and get it out. I mean.
Yeah, pooper scooper.
I don't know.
The real thing to do is to do it naked too, so that way you don't feel your clothing on you.
Right.
But of course you don't have to do it naked. But here's what they look like. So, like this one here, I know you can't see it, Slim, or whoever asked about the peeing thing.
Yeah.
There's a little handle on it. All you have to do is push it open. Like you're not trapped in the thing. You can get out anytime you want. But these things are expensive. I've actually looked into buying one a couple years ago, and they start like the low end like $15,000-$20,000. High end even more than that. They're expensive.
Well, I know.
Wait a minute. Pete claims not to be bougie, but he looked at buying at one of those fucking things.
Well, I was just curious at how much they cost. And
that's never crossed my mind.
And that was way out of my price range, so that's the reason I don't have one.
How much does it cost over there to do it? Here in Shanghai, from what I understand, to do an hour is like US dollars is like $100 to $120 for an hour.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Is that about right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
I wouldn't pay $120 to.
Well, I guess this is a great business idea.
So that's like $2 a minute. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of work that goes. I mean, so once you get out of that thing, in order to prepare it for the next person, they have to drain all that water out there. They have to sanitize it. They have to refill it back up with water and hundreds of pounds of Epsom salt. So it does cost. I mean, there's a cost involved for the business too. It's not.
Well, right. Plus, obviously the.
Plus all of your overhead. Yeah.
Right.
And the cost of the tank. But,
yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking about trying it, but I don't know. We'll see.
See, man, they're putting you in this pod, and you have none of your senses. Listen, I've seen the faculty, and I've seen pod people and shit. Fuck all that. I'd freak out like 10 minutes into it.
Yeah, that's my thing. Sometimes I feel like I would too. I feel like after about 10 or 15 minutes, my mind would be running nuts. I feel like I would need to be on some psychotropic substances in order to sit in there for an entire hour.
A backyard pool.
I could see. I could see like popping 4 or 5 Xanax and getting it.
You might drown then, dude. You can kill yourself.
If you're floating on top, like if it's salty enough, it's like the Dead Sea, right? Like if it's salty enough, you're actually going to float on top. You can actually fall asleep, and it's not a hazard because your face is not going to go under the water, right?
Well, I can guarantee you that these
I can fall asleep anywhere. I fell asleep getting a tattoo.
These football facilities like Clemson, and I'm sure there's other ones around the country, not just Clemson, they wouldn't waste their time and money putting these in if it wasn't beneficial.
Sure, it's like meditation therapy. That's
it's also good for you physically, for some, I think too.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
I know it's good for you mentally, which is good for you physically, but
I think it's more of a mental thing.
I could see if you're banged up and bruised up, to how that total relaxation would probably help you heal quicker.
Does Clemson have hyperbaric chambers? Is that a thing that college programs are doing?
I think so, yeah.
I think most of them have that.
I think most schools have that, yeah.
Listen, have a fucking drink, go to the gun range. That's all the mental therapy.
Have you ever been in a hyperbaric chamber, by the way?
Do both at the same time.
No,
those things are cold.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
Yeah, I know, but that is not fun.
I've never been in one. That now, I don't know if I probably wouldn't enjoy that very much.
So why would I want to get in it? I mean, if I...
Isn't that the thing that Antonio Brown tried to freeze his feet off in?
Yeah.
Yes.
He gave you socks, and he didn't put on the socks.
Yeah.
Right, well, I think that if I was hurt, being cold would just make it hurt even more.
I think a lot of these athletes have those things in their house. Like, doesn't LeBron have one in his house?
Oh, but
it's like putting ice on it.
But it's cold though, so that would not help me relax.
You're
not supposed to relax. You're supposed to make it hurt less.
Would not
And
help.
cold tubs are good, and it's something that I was initially averse to until I actually tried it. Right? It's actually nice. Have you seen the Kevin Hart show, Cold as Balls?
Yeah.
Let's see, a lot of that's personal preference though. Some people believe cold works better. Some people believe heat works better.
Well, both are. They're both good.
Cold works.
Yeah, they're both good for you in different ways.
Also works. But...
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, I would go like a steam room or a sauna first. Would be my first pick.
Or heat.
Yeah, for sure.
I would definitely rather have heat than cold too. Yeah, but
there's this Korean spa out here where they got this really cold tub right next to a really hot tub, and you just kind of go back and forth between the two, and it's fucking pretty great. I can't lie. It's pretty nice. It's open air outdoor, right? So you do it when it's maybe about 55, 60 degrees outside, and then you hop in the 110 degree hot tub, and then back into the 40 degree cold tub. It's invigorating.
I've heard that being hot and jumping into the cold water makes it feel colder, and being in the cold water, jump back in the hot.
Yeah. Sure, yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is,
also a technique that they do. You get in the cold tub and you get in the hot tub.
Yeah. And even if it's kind of cold outside, it might be 50 or 55 degrees outside, but once you sit in that 40 or 40 degree cold tub for a while and you get out, you feel great, man.
I mean, I basically did the same thing. I basically did the same thing at St. Augustine one year because it was probably, it might have been 60, but at 3 o'clock in the morning the pool's pretty cold, and we were going back and forth between it and the hot tub that was there.
Right. Yeah. Same thing. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
What's really brain dead is those fuckers who go out there and drill a hole in the ice and jump in and go swimming. Fuck that.
Dude, yeah.
Are you talking about the Polar Bear Club people?
Polar Bear Club, yeah.
These people are out of their mind.
Have you seen that guy? I don't know if he's Swedish or
And what
he's
is it?
Icelandic or whatever.
Is it
His
like-
name is like Lars something or other. You know the guy I'm talking about? He's like the Guinness Book of World Records guy for being in cold water or whatever.
Oh no, but I don't. That doesn't surprise me. He's from Iceland.
He's either Icelandic, he might be Norwegian or Swedish, or he's something up there.
Is it like some sort of unwritten rule that if you're one of these people that does the polar bear plunge, you have to wear friggin' Speedos when you do it? Why can't you just wear regular swim trunks when you do that?
They're Europeans, man. They need.
No, but even Americans, it's like the uniform. It's like the international official uniform for these people that do this shit. You got to put on bikini bottoms.
Yeah.
No, I don't get it.
And I don't care who you are. There's not a man in the world that looks attractive wearing that shit.
Of course not.
Listen, I own a Speedo and I wear it from time to time. It's not a pretty sight.
David Hasselhoff, the SpongeBob movie.
Yeah.
David Hasselhoff and also Sacha Baron Cohen. Whether he's doing Borat or Bruno, he pulls it off.
I like Borat. That's a funny movie, man.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Very nice. Yeah. No, that guy's a savage, dude, man.
Pete, will you be mad if Miami wins basketball natty or who cares? No, I'm pulling for Miami to win it.
Yeah.
That would be
It was
cool.
cute seeing all these teams celebrate their first Final Four.
I don't really care who wins. I'm pulling for Miami just because they're in the ACC. That's all. I'm doing what all you SEC people do all the time. I'm being a homer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, as long as it's not UConn, I'll be happy. Right? If it's UConn winning their...
I told you yesterday, I can't relate to these teams like Alabama and Tennessee that have never made a Final Four anymore.
Oh, those are real poverty programs. Clemson's a poverty program, too, in basketball.
Yeah, of course they are.
Thank you, Grandma. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Well, they had some hope at the beginning of the season, too. They did. Pete was trying to get behind it.
Yeah, well,
come on
and
now.
North Carolina had about the same level of achievement this year.
I was pointing out that
some success to look back on.
I was pointing out early in the season that they were in first place in the ACC, but I also did say for all the people out there that were, poo-pooing me because I was still coming down on Brad Brownell, I said, well, just wait. He'll find a way to screw it up, and of course he did. So
doesn't look like he's getting fired either because he still has a job.
No, he's not getting fired.
Pete, I disagree, Pete. I think we got boned. I think we should have got into the tournament over Nevada. I think we should have been in the tournament.
If NC State got in, you guys should have got in. But
absolutely right. We fucking blasted NC State 3 times.
You wouldn't have done anything in the tournament anyway. So
I'm about to say, you wouldn't have done shit in the tournament.
And that's fine. You know what? That's fine. I'm not mad about it. So maybe we probably would have won the play-in game and maybe got lost the first round. Maybe, but give us a chance, man. I'm upset that we were left out, but whatever. It is what it is. I don't think. Listen, here's my perspective on Clemson's basketball season this year. We lost 10 games right prior to the NIT. If we had won any one of those 10 games, we would have got in the tournament. And so I feel like you can't fire the coach because. Literally, if we would have taken any one of those 10 losses and turned them into a win.
I disagree about you not being able to fire. You're not firing him from one season. You're firing him for 13.
I get it, man. I don't know.
I mean, it seemed like Clemson basketball was kind of accepting that they're mediocre.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's weird though because
listen, if Miami loses to UConn,
that's not even a shot at Clemson. That was a serious point.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
They made their first Elite Eight last year, and they made their first Final Four this year. I'm not mad if Miami loses.
You know what's weird to me, and I know I've said this probably 100 times. It appears that Clemson is serious about virtually every sport that they're involved in, except for basketball, which is so weird to me.
It's the second biggest sport in college sports.
Right.
It's a difficult recruiting pitch to recruit to Clemson. Football country boys, but basketball guys are city boys for more or less.
There are also so many basketball schools around Clemson. It's hard to get
I understand,
guys.
and I don't mean to be making excuses. If a school like Creighton or Florida Atlantic can put together a team, that can be a Final Four team, I agree. I understand, and I agree. But I also don't think that you should fire if the mandate was NCAA tournament or fired. Well, I mean, fucking hell. I mean, if you would have turned any one of those wins and losses into a win, then we would have been in. I don't know. I'm very conflicted about it. I'm very conflicted about it.
Clemson's main issue this year is they had a ton of bad losses, so I don't know if that would have mattered.
But what I'm saying is, you turn one of those bad losses into a win. We turned that Louisville loss into a win. We're in. But even if we beat Virginia in the ACC tournament semifinals, we're in. Literally, if we beat North Carolina instead of losing, if we turn any one of our 10 losses into a win, we're in. And so, because we were one of the first teams out, right? So, I don't know, man. I'm conflicted about it. I'm really not sure what the right answer is. You look at football schools like, for example, Alabama and Auburn, in my mind, are the best.
See,
examples.
thank you. Thank you.
They have made dynamic hires. Obviously, Auburn went the sleazy route and hired Bruce Pearl. Alabama went what we thought was not sleazy. Now it's turned out to be a little bit sleazy.
Yeah, it's pretty sleazy. But
right. But Nate Oates runs a program at Alabama based on a certain style of basketball that is going to attract a lot of recruits. And look, at the end of the day, Alabama is going to be good at basketball for the next 5-6 years. Like, they're going to be a top 3 seed next year and the year after that. And so the question is, can Clemson...
If Alabama can do it, Clemson should be able to do it.
I agree with you, Pete. And my question is, we have to make a dynamic out-of-the-box hire to try and figure out...
I agree. The only way you can do that is by firing Brad Brownell first. Now, I'm convinced that Brad Brownell has dirt or naked pictures of somebody, because there's no explanation for him still to be in there.
I think I've said this before, but I'm interested to see who Clemson could get as a basketball coach.
Right.
Like, what program would they be pulling from?
Well, money talks.
I'm not sure if people have quite prepared themselves for. Are y'all prepared, like, seriously, for the shitstorm that will ensue if Miami wins a national championship on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm prepared for it.
Okay.
Get ready.
I mean, those people are unbearable on the best of days.
I know.
Yeah, all those guys that couldn't name 2 players on the Miami roster.
Yeah,
that's right. You're damn right, Luke. Damn right, Luke. That's the worst part about it, Luke, is that these people, the vast majority of them, never gave a single modicum of a fuck about Miami basketball until right now.
Yeah.
Now there's certain ones I'll give credit to, like T2Y. He buys season tickets to football and basketball every year.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll give him his credit.
I don't know. I mean, like, I'm not emotionally invested in Clemson basketball like I am with a football team. But if they won the national championship, I would be, believe me, I'd be on here talking shit too. Why? It's fun. Why not?
Exactly.
I don't know, Pete.
Yeah.
Pete, I mean, man, I've been emotional. In fact, honestly, Pete, I didn't grow up in South Carolina. I grew up in Florida, but I was actually, believe it or not, a Clemson basketball fan before I was a Clemson football fan. So the reason I'm a Clemson fan is because of the Rick Barnes era Slab 5 Clemson basketball teams.
Yeah.
Terrell McIntyre and Greg Buckner and Harold Jameson. I actually started watching Clemson basketball before I started watching Clemson football.
Were you at Clemson during the Purnell years?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was at Clemson from 2005 to 2009.
Right. So yeah, that was Oliver Purnell. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. And so I was part of
And I'll even
man.
admit, I'm more invested in baseball than I am basketball because, historically Miami's been a really good baseball school too.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, the last 2 years is the farthest they have ever made it.
Well, no, Miami's won national championships in baseball now.
No. I'm talking about basketball the last 2 years.
Oh, right. Okay, yes.
Made it.
That's correct. So,
I would even have a little more emotional investment in baseball than I do basketball. But I'll be on YouTube talking plenty of shit if they win it.
I love Clemson basketball very, very much. It's very near and dear to me. And even out in China, I watch every game. Sometimes I can't watch them live, but I'll watch them on replay. I watch every game. But, I just... Maybe I was beaten down by the shy ears or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I accept mediocrity more than I should. But, it means a lot to me. And I hope that we can find we have to find some sort of thread to pull to unravel the sweater because we're not North Carolina. Fuck you, Luke, but we're not North Carolina. We're not Duke. You know what I mean? Like, we need for Clemson to be successful in basketball, we need to find a niche. We need to find whether that's a coaching style, whether that's a specific big name coach who tries to implement a certain type of offense or defense or playing style or whatever it is. But we're not going to attract the kind of recruits that certain schools in basketball attract, or that Clemson football attracts, just naturally being who we are with our stadium and with our campus, etc. Like we're not going to get 5-star guys in basketball without having a special sort of like you know what I mean?
Okay, all right, Luke. Yeah, Luke wants to come back in.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm actually about to end the show, Luke. So no reason to. I got to be somewhere in about 5 minutes. I didn't realize how late it was. So, sorry, buddy. Man, the show went by quick today.
Yeah, it's all right.
Sports school.
What?
Alabama is a sports school, not just a football school.
Sports school now? That's a new one.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Still no Final Fours, poverty.
No, I know. And I don't know what it's going to take, man. I mean, basketball recruiting is off the charts right now, but the farthest they've ever made it is the Elite Eight. But 2 years in a row, we get bounced in the Sweet 16 by some, well, I mean, UCLA, San Diego State, so I won't.
I don't want to hear about the complaining. At least you made it to the Sweet 16 2 years in a row.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Listen, Slim is full of shit, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it, dude. Talk your shit, bro. You earned it. Talk your shit, dude.
Yeah, number one.
It's hard out here for a Miami fan in these streets.
Go for it, bro. Talk your shit. Y'all have earned it, man.
Yeah,
talk your shit.
About that shit. Man.
Oh, by the way, before I let you guys go, Wednesday show, the 100th episode of the Midday Show.
Heyo.
Yeah. So hope you all can join me. I'm not going to do any like news or anything that day. I'm just going to, the whole thing is just going to, I'm just going to open up the StreamYard and we'll have a good time.
Like we did Friday night and just spend the entire show trying to offend as many minorities as possible.
yeah, whatever you want to do. Sounds fun to me. I might even have a bottle of champagne on hand. You know what I mean?
Hey, mimosas all around.
Mimosas all around, bro.
I will secure a bottle of champagne. I will have mimosas with you, and I will try to offend as many of you as possible.
Sounds like a grand old time. So, but that goes for everybody in the chat too. Hopefully, you guys make. I know some people can't make it to every midday show, but if you're gonna come to one, come to that one.
Just a quick question before we go. When can we expect our Canada rant?
Canada rant will probably more than likely either tomorrow or Wednesday. Okay. At the latest Thursday.
Is that going to be the video? Is Canada?
Yeah. So
me and Hufferbilly Paul paid to have him rant about Canada.
Yeah, yes. You what you're going to say about Canada. Yeah.
Can we incorporate the Blame Canada song?
I'm going to incorporate all kinds. This is going to be a fun one for me to do. I'm actually looking forward to this one.
Pete, you've seen the South Park movie, right? Blame Canada.
Yes.
Blame. Yeah. Okay.
It's just like, oh, Canada, but it's blame Canada.
Yeah.
They're not even a real country anyway. Right. Okay.
I was kicking around some ideas yesterday, and I was like, man, the possibilities with Canada are endless.
Yeah.
Endless.
I threw that out there.
Yeah.
I have a good idea every once in a while.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I should try incorporating them into some of my own videos instead of giving my ideas to other people.
There you go.
Then I might have a YouTube channel.
All right, guys. I do really have to go though. I love all of you. Thank you for coming on. See you later. To everybody.
Guys, take care.
See you later. There you guys have it. Little extended version of the Midday Show today for a Monday. Thank you all for being here. Again, I appreciate you. Make sure you tune in, well, tonight for the Lunch Money Show at 10 p.m. Tuesday, tomorrow, at 7 p.m. for the ACC show. And then, of course, last but not least, next Wednesday at 11 a.m. Or this Wednesday, not next Wednesday. This Wednesday at 11 a.m. for the 100th episode of the Midday Show. All right, everybody. Have a great Monday. I'll see